5 months ago, me and my wife decided to rent the front of the shop I'm in and open up a gallery for people to hang out in and just be around a cool vibe. So I'm gonna give you guys a walkthrough. Right here we have a bird feeder. This little bird feeder is something that I made out of things that I found that I thought would look cool. It's a bird feeder, I guess. And then I have the double spine. This is a piece of 15 or 11 mil hand pulled ruby red, uncoated glass. I built the box and kind of burned it a little bit to get that effect. Then we have the word Toledo, because we are in Toledo, Ohio. Over here's my snake and parts of my Jeep. Here we have a couple lamps that I made out of glass that you can't get anymore. This is an art piece that I call Vapor Trails. One of the ones that I got when I went down to Florida and brought back. This here is Pixie Sticks. I built the box and painted it and made all the neon for it, and something I really like. Down here we have a little flower. This has neon gas mixed with a little bit of mercury, so it's red at first, but then it changes color as it's on and the mercury vaporizes in the tube, mixes with the neon. And behind us, I call this Fire from Water. It's a sculpture. When I was down in Florida, but some of the artists down there would like to have this underneath their paintings. And then this is a piece of 18 mil clear that I blew a couple different colors of powder into. So this is actually 3 different colors, which is kind of exotic. Then I make these little cubes. You could set it on a table or hang it up. And when you put it in this box like this, you get all these cool reflections. And then it makes it like, so you can hang it up or set it down, or you can even stack them up and make a table for like a DJ. This is a piece I did with Renda Ryder. He's a handwritten artist who's collaborated with me to make this cool art piece. And I build these really cool tables. This one's this is a oval themed table. Here I got a painting from my daughter that I put some neon on. This is the character from the show that you know. I call this my neon dab rig. This has argon gas or neon gas with a little bit of mercury in it, and then argon gas in the bottom piece. Putting it in this box, man, when you look at it, it just gives you so many different reflections. Another table. This table actually has 2 switches. The centerpiece is blacklight neon, and I painted the whole bottom with blacklight paint, so you can turn off the other neon and kick all the lights off, and that glows really good, and the black light puts off a nice glow on the bottom of the table. And like if you have a little orange lighter or something set it on the table, it makes it glow cool too. My tornado twister. Then we got some another one of these cubes that I make. You can see in the reflection of the glass that we got the theater sign. My daughter painted the background and put this cool neon on it. Then I got some crazy borders in the windows. Kind of wanted to do something that was a little different. So I got the G's in the corners. That stands for gallery, of course. and then I arced them in a little bit. And when you're outside, it just draws you right in. My ceiling lights are all 18 mil old tubes that were donated to me from other glass shops. The center one here, 22 feet of glass. It took me 77 minutes to pump it. That's a long time. Usually takes about 8. Then I have my energy ball. And a disco lamp. Here's my electricity. This is a project that I made for a guy who eventually wasn't able to collect it. So it ended up in my gallery, that's where it belongs. We have Mac Miller. My gallery is loaded with neon. Keep filming that way because I gotta turn the lights on. Give them a good scan.
Okay.
Back to the tour. Up here we have my chandelier. This is so cool when it's hanging 18 feet up in the air, like we had it down in Florida. It was basically the centerpiece of all our shows when we were doing them in this one gallery that we were doing them in. We had it up there, people would just stand underneath it and video with their cameras. Pretty cool, have that. This is my favorite table. My theme on this was Miami Vice, believe it or not. That's what I was thinking about in my head when I made this table. Crockett and Tubbs sitting at the table, making their deals. This is a painting I did, or my daughter made the painting, and I made this face to go on it. Get a little crazy. There's another painting that my same daughter did, and we did a rainbow coming out of a shell with some birds. Here we have kisses. This is another frame that I made. And over here we have more borders. My teddy bear. I love my teddy bear. Trapped. I call this the trapped teddy bear. This is 4 colors of glass on the cube, 3D cube. And I got powder out of other glass and blew it in there so I could get some cool, crazy effects, because when you're making art, you gotta be different about everything. My axe. I thought of this one night. The next day I made it. This is another piece that Drake Browning made. He also made the Mac Miller and the little flower that we looked at earlier. This is my disco ball. I've always envisioned this above a DJ booth for some reason. Then I've got my pyramid. This pyramid is all one piece of glass. Cube's kind of beat up because it's been to a lot of shows. Next we have the chakra. Somebody says, dude, you need to make the chakra. So here it is. Then we have a sign from the 80s. You gotta hang up old stuff in your gallery so people can see how long neon lasts, because man, all this stuff that I'm showing you went to Florida, all over Florida, most of it. Here's another painting that was down in Florida. It traveled to a bunch of different galleries and then made it back here safely. This is called Nightlife. Then we have the moon. Who doesn't love the moon? And who doesn't love mushrooms? We have lots of mushrooms. I have more mushrooms that I haven't even put together yet because I have enough mushrooms out. This is a custom lamp with some glass from the 50s that I don't think they make anymore. At least this shade of it. It's lavender. I love it. I think this is 50 inches from bottom to top. It's cool sitting in front of a painting. I call this piece on point. It's a little low to the ground. When I have some parties, I'm gonna have to raise it up. But I made this one day just because I was showing somebody how to make neon, and that's what it ended up being. Here's a sign that I've made for a restaurant, and they closed down, and I wired it back. So I thought, why not hang it up in the gallery, because I love the design. This hung in their doorway. Put one of these in your doorway, people are gonna walk in and look at what's going on inside. They're gonna be like, something's going on there, we gotta go check it out. And that's what you want. Now we have my Infinity Man. This is something that I thought of making something that you could just get lost in. And the longer you stare at this, the more you get lost in it. When I build these things, I try to visualize it before I build it, and then I build it. And then this is the result. And that's the case with all my art. So in my gallery, we're gonna have a lot of fun, because neon creates an awesome vibe. And I invite artists to come in here and paint around the neon. We're gonna do that. We're gonna have a lot of fun in here. I think there's over 45 art pieces. There's some that, there's one piece that broke. I don't know how. And then I also have this little guy. This bad boy right here. This piece of neon's 100 years. This 102 years old. All right, we gotta be careful with this. So there's supposed to be a glass plate here, which is missing. So I'm gonna get a glass plate made that says, I'm 102 years old. Neon, still lighting, from 1922, you guys. This is actually uranium glass, which they don't make anymore. It's got argon in it though, which isn't bad. I just, for some reason at one point I thought it had krypton, which would have been much cooler. But this has got argon in it, and when the glass plate's in here, it will reflect, and whatever's etched on the plate will light up, which is gonna be cool. And this is gonna be all dedicated for that piece right here. And here's the one that broke. My eyeball. This has got a lot going on. Easy fix. There's my gallery, everybody. Come check it out.